Welcome guys to another ProfileTree video. So today we're going to be going through the best e-commerce website builder. Now there are a couple of options in terms of which is the best or which one would be within the lowest bracket. But of course each have their own pros and cons. So we'll go ahead and check out what the e-commerce website builders are all about. So what e-commerce website builder can I use? So there's of course a couple of different groups or individuals that are skilled with creating with website builders or that are just starting off. So for those starting off, those who aren't technical with website building, there are a few things that you may want to look at before committing to building a website within that website builder. So I've listed out a couple of key points. For those looking to create a simple, attractive e-commerce blog or basic site, should maybe look into a website builder that has an easy to use interface. All well-designed templates. Also be sure to keep an eye out for drag and drop features. It just completely eliminates the use of coding, which is HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. And of course, if you are wanting to have HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, or any other coding languages available, just make sure you look out for things like Wix, which has Velo, or Jimdo, which has a coding development tool. So just have a look out for those website builders. Now, if your end goal is to have a sleek professional online store, then maybe you want to look into an e-commerce tailored website such as Shopify, Wix, GoDaddy, even have Squarespace or Xero. So yeah, make sure you look out for a website builder that won't be too complicated to set up as well. And lastly, research is key. So it's important to always find out what website builder is more suited to you. So you can take a couple of trial runs with the different website builders that we'll go through and just have a look to see which would be easier to use and what's less complicated. Of course, everybody has their own style and each to their own as well with using a website builder. Be sure that you check the features of each website builder. So, our first one here is the mobile compatibility. Many people browse the web. Mobile compatibility is very important as most of your visitors use mobile devices to look for websites. Luckily, most website builders have this embedded, and you can even it even changes the mobile version as well for you once you've made a desktop version of the website. So this also occurs for those who are wanting to create a website based on code. Just be sure that you have a optimization for mobile compatibility. Just gives it more of a professional look for the business itself to have it compatible with mobile, of course. As I've said, most people will use their mobile devices to look for websites, so just be sure to have that sort of compatibility. Next, we've got hosting and domains. So, when building a website, there's two components needed other than design: a website host and domain name, so a URL to navigate to your site. And many website builders offer all three services. So, if you already own a domain name and want to use a different website builder, you'll have to migrate your domain to a new platform. So, this could be if I had bought a domain from Squarespace, or if I bought a domain from Xero, Jimdo, anything like that, and I'm wanting to bring it over to Wix or GoDaddy. I would have to point the name. I would either have to point the DNS or A records to a specific area, or I could change the name servers. So just be sure to take note of that, especially if you are creating a website for other people and they own a domain as well. Just make sure you take into consideration if they have that domain or if they're just setting up a brand new online website or online store. Next, of course, we would want to look into the pictures and video storage. Now, website builders make it easy to upload pictures and video. So with a click of the button, of course, each of the different web builders are different. so there may be other ways to upload the pictures or videos, but it is pretty much just a drag and drop. Most even offer a free non-copyright image and video, so maybe take that into consideration as well if you don't have any content. And just be sure that you'll also check the storage capabilities for a subscription plan. So depending whether you've got bandwidth or you've got storage and what's also packed into the website. So if you have multiple images, multiple videos, you may want to consider a more expensive plan. Lastly, we've got a business email. Most website builders come with the ability to create an email address with your domain name. However, some website builders charge extra to have this feature, so be sure you pick the right plan. So some of you may be wondering, how do I make an e-commerce site? So let's go ahead and check out the basics. So initially you would want to have the standard layout, which is to have a header, a section, and a footer. Within our header, we would have a logo, menu, login, and social media. And within the sections, we would have a tagline, video, image, solid colors, anything like that. Or we would have a paragraph along the way with pictures or videos or blog posts. Now, blog posts are really good in order to increase your SEO. SEO meaning search engine optimization, and that meaning ranking and traffic to your website. And of course, you would want to look into the gallery, or having a gallery, and about us, a contact form, or even some promotionals for products. That's very ideal. People like to find deals, so the more promotionals you give out, the more visitors you'll take. Then lastly, of course, we've got our footer, which would have your links, menu, social media, and a disclaimer. So pretty much vice versa for the header, but it's just laid out a little bit differently. So now that we've discussed pretty much the basics of an e-commerce website, how to build an e-commerce website, why not look into the website builders for an e-commerce website? So starting off with the start here, we've got Wix. So this is a very powerful website builder and the most popular as well. It's not too overwhelming for the user, comes with plenty of different templates, has great customer support, and I would say that this is the top choice for beginners and pro web builders, purely for the fact that the navigation and the use for Wix is a whole lot easier, and I found it very easy when I started off with it as well. Next, of course, we've got Zyro, which is a website builder with the lowest prices in terms of plans by far. So in order to take advantage of this, however, with the low costs, you do need to agree to a 4-year contract. So that's the catch for this. After that, you'll get more than 100 free templates, depending on the business that you're trying to run, or an online store that you're trying to run. Of course, designs are great as well, and they rely on hero sections or images to nail the designs. What's great is that it is also a drag and drop editor and pretty much has all the elements you need to build a online website or online store. Next here we've got Squarespace, and Squarespace is one of the popular and best website builders as well. Has a load of different features that can be handy for the user, but it can take a little bit of time in terms of location or menus and features to use Squarespace. The builder is a cross between drag and drop editor and point and click editor. It is a great website builder in terms of design and templates. Next, we've got Jimdo there, which helps you create a personalized site with photos, tailored text, as well as other details that fit your industry in about 3 minutes. So 3 minutes to answer a couple of questions, and then that's you pretty much up and running with an online store. This site, however, would be mainly used for musicians, photographers, or people that want to share their stories and inspirations. It's primarily a regular website, but we will have a look into it anyway. We'll check out for any e-commerce website templates. Lastly there, we've got GoDaddy, which is great for first-timers. Requires 0 technical skills, and you pretty much have to answer a few questions about what your website is about and what exactly the purpose of your site is. Or if you don't want to go through the ADI route, which is Artificial Design Intelligence, you can also choose a template and pretty much go from there. However, GoDaddy doesn't offer as many design options. Okay, so on that note, we'll go ahead and check out some of the different website builders that are available to us. So these are the ones that I'm going to be demonstrating. We'll be going through the different templates. We'll be checking out the blank templates as well and how to navigate to it. And we'll also go through the actual website builder and editor itself and just see and demonstrate what sort of uses we can go through. So starting off first for us will be Wix, and of course each website builder will have its pros and cons. So starting off with the pros, we've got a huge list of templates, has a very versatile editor, great documentation and support, and offers a free version to test the service. So this is when you publish the website. And to add to that as well, you have 3 different editors, which is Wix Editor, Wix ADI, which is also known as Artificial Design Intelligence, and Editor X, but we'll check out those different templates later on. Now the cons, I've listed there that it can be confusing with the amount of editors, so that's pretty much the 3 editors that I've listed out, and especially for a beginner, it can be a little bit confusing in order to pick which one's the right one. Basic SEO features as well. Designs aren't responsive, and you can't switch templates once you've picked. Anyway, in order to actually demonstrate some of the pros and cons, we'll go ahead and check out the website builder itself. Okay, so this, guys, is the Wix website builder. So this is the startup, which is the sign up, of course. And for those who have a Wix account, then you would probably see the login. But for those starting off, you could either sign up to Wix itself, or you could continue using Google or Facebook. And I'll now show you the next page. So once you've signed up, using either creating a Wix account or Google or Facebook, this will be your next page. So it'll ask you what platform you want to use. So it's either Wix or Editor X. I'm going to go ahead and select Wix for the purpose of the video, but we'll look into the different ones as well. Next, you'll see this. It'll ask you what sort of website you're creating. And of course, this is an online store website builder. So we're going to do the online store, and they also give you a different amount of options as well. So a bunch of different options, and the list pretty much goes on. That's one of the advantages about using Wix, is that you get more than 800 plus templates to pick from. So you're not stuck for choices. We'll go ahead and click next. Then of course it'll ask you to name your store. I'll just name it like this for the meantime, and then select next. Then it'll ask you what you want to add to your websites. So this is pretty much just feature based. So of course we are an online store, so that's built in. You can add a chat box, forms, Instagram feed to update other people. Blogs are great for SEO. You can have some pricing plans depending if you're selling memberships, or like dealers do, or dealerships would do for, like, say for an online store for cars, where you would pay for a membership for service. So that could be something. There's one for video, music. So if you're having another business where you sell video and music, then you could do that. And yeah, these are pretty much optional. You don't need to include these into your website. Of course, we already have the online store there, but we'll go ahead and continue with what we have. So it'll ask you this option again, whether you want to create a website using Wix Editor, Editor X, or Wix ADI. Now I'm going to go show you the 3 different platforms. So of course we have Editor X here. And Editor X just tends to have more fluid designs and more minimalistic and modern. So even if I select one, let's just say the creative agency, or we'll do one for a online store. I think we had an online store above here. So here's a fashion store. So if I go ahead and view that, This is pretty much what you'll be getting for Editor X. So it's very modern, and you can see with all the animations as well, different elements used to create the website. And we also have 3 different optimization, which is desktop, tablet, and mobile. So that all pretty much reduces down. So that's just a quick insight to what Editor X looks like. Modifying and changing elements is a little bit trickier than it would be for the actual editor. However, it's still a great platform, especially if you are creating an online store. You can do so as well if you wanted to create a website. And depending if you don't like any of the templates that you see, you could choose the wireframes. And with the wireframes as well, it gives you an option to pick an eCommerce, which is similar to, of course, an online store. So you could choose an eCommerce template and build your website from there. So now that we've explained what Editor X is, we have the 2 platforms there, which is Wix Editor and Wix IDI. Now, both of these platforms aren't actually too far from each other with similarities. Wix IDI simply just uses the same platform. However, in order to build your website, it asks you or prompts to ask you a couple of questions based on what you like, what your information is, based on social media, information, what the logo looks like, and then you're able to select a theme and continue on with the site. It gives you 3 different options and builds the website for you. However, we're going to go ahead and just jump straight into the Wix editor and see what that's all about. So now that we are on Wix editor, these are some of the templates for an online store. So of course we have a variation there, ranging from fashion and clothing all the way to CBD. So of course that is a little bit more adult, meaning that there are of course a few legalities that you have to go through in order to create the website itself, but nonetheless it does still give you a couple of options. We have jewelry and accessories, as you could see, arts and crafts, home and decor, beauty and wellness, food and drinks, sports and outdoors, and of course I can keep pushing through the rest of the other categories. And with even some of them, so if we select fashion and clothing, of course there is a branch or a variation of different templates available, and it even goes up to page 3. Or if you want to select the online store and just unsure about your categorization, you could just select all and it gives you a list of the templates all the way up to page 11. Now say we are looking for something specific. So we were probably looking for a parts, like auto parts. This will give us the closest template to what the auto parts are. So of course here we have a e-commerce site, which is an auto parts store. So that's exactly perfect for what we want to build it with. And even though the template is already built and it's a default template, you can go ahead and change it about. Now, if you can notice straight away, the difference between Editor X and Wix Editor is that we have a desktop and a mobile optimization only. So we can only see it from 2 different points of view. Now, if I did start editing that site, it'll be easy enough. You could change a couple of items, sections, elements, pretty much everything that Wix would want to provide. Now, if you're not happy with any of the templates, you can go ahead and choose a blank template instead. And what's great about this is that you could choose any that you want here, and you could try and convert it also into an e-commerce website. So that's the only difference between this Wix editor and Editor X, is that you can actually go ahead and jump into an e-commerce site. Well, with this one, you would have to add a shop on. Now, to change the parts about, it's not too hard either. Of course, you can view it as well, and then you could select the edit. So once that loads, it'll give you a preview of what the website's all about. So this is the preview of what the editor looks like. Of course, it gives you a slight tutorial on what these sections are. And of course, if I click off it, like so, I am at a 50% scale, and I could zoom into 100%. And this is when I could start editing parts. So I can add sections, and it'll open my blank section. And of course, if I wanted to as well, I can add some elements within a section. And there's a variation of different parts. And of course, if you're not satisfied and you're not seeing anything that you would like here, you can go ahead and enter the add apps. And there are different companies and different products that are available to the Wix app market that you can add as a feature towards your site. So as you can see, there's a site booster, you've got countdown timer, calendars, magic form builder. These are all pretty much, whoever are familiar with WordPress, these are pretty much like plugins. So these act like plugins. And some of these are free. So this is the Wix Business Solutions. And of course, they have more apps that are free. And what's installed currently, from what we've seen earlier on, is that the Wix chat is actually installed. And if we continue, it would show the online store. Now, there are different options there as well. So if we wanted to go and search up Site Booster, there would be ones that are paid for apps. So this one is Repute Sales Boost Traffic from £5.99 a month. So just something to note as well. So here's one, Rabbit SEO Traffic Booster, and that is for free, and you can get higher ranking. So there are a lot of features to help your site gain ranks or traffic as well. Now just be aware as well of the different pricing plans that are for the site. So we'll take a look at some of the pricing plans. So to do that, you just go to My Site and Dashboard. Now on top of the different Wix Market apps that you can choose, you would have to consider as well the different plans. So this is a vital feature or a vital thing to note, is that you want to be looking at the features, especially if you're an online store. You can't choose the website plans, but we would have to go into the business and e-commerce plans. So you would have to expect to pay at least £15 to £27 a month. And these are actually due for per annum. So if I do select a business basic, it's actually £18 a month. So that's the sort of sneaky things that Wix do. So just be aware of some of the pricing plans for Wix. And of course, they do offer different options as well. They've got other ones called Wix Logo Maker, which you could pay for a logo if you don't already have one. And then on top of that as well, if you want a website built based off that logo, you can do so. And you will have to pay a monthly fee, of course. And you can add business cards, tote bags, and anything really to do with the business or products. So that's just a small but hopefully helpful guide onto what Wix actually looks like and some of the pricing plans. But anyways, what we'll do is we'll check out the next website builder and compare it to Wix. So jumping on to the next website builder, we've got Zyro. And of course, pros and cons need to be listed out for this website builder. So starting off, we've got it's great for beginners, has SSL encryption, drag and drop editor, it's very easy to use. And on top of that as well, it is very similar to Wix. So for those who used Wix and have tried it out, and of course if you are trying it out while you're watching this video, and now that we're jumping on to Zyro, you'll see that it's not really much of a difference. It's pretty much the same. Unfortunately, it does have its cons, so you can't switch to another template once you've picked, so same like Wix. Lack of advanced features, no real-time support for a free plan, and no access to code editing. Anyway, we'll go ahead and view the pros and cons on the website builder itself. Alrighty guys, so here we are on the Zyro website builder. Now of course, you would have to go through the same sign-up process just like Wix, pretty much just like that, and then you would continue on from there. This would be the screen you would be getting, of course, if you are building a website. Now, there are designer-built made website templates, or you can use some blank templates. But for the meantime, we're going to go in and look into the e-commerce ones. And you'll notice straight away when we're scrolling down, of course, the effort and time that was put into some of these templates are very, very good. However, you can see already that the difference between this e-commerce or this e-commerce website builder compared to Wix itself is that we're ranging from around 1 to 3 pages worth of different categorized templates. And there's not much options as well, but do note some of the templates are very, very good, and you can adjust them as well to the business that you're trying to run. It's just something to note as well. This is what it'll look like. So of course, if I did search up the auto parts, I may not be able to find the template I'm looking for. So these are pretty much generated templates as well. So that's the good thing as well. It does generate a template for you. So these are blank templates with the auto parts. So it lists what's closest to that keyword and gives you that image or picture. So anyway, as well as that, there are blank templates that you could choose from. So if you do decide that you don't want to take the route of using the default templates that Xero gives, then you can go ahead and choose a blank template. Now, what's great about this compared to Wix is that they actually have a blank business template. So that means you can run an e-commerce site if you want to. And there's also an option for you as well to start from scratch. So going back to e-commerce, what we'll do is we'll take a look at one of the templates here. We'll go ahead and preview it. And straight away you can see how minimalistic it looks. You've got some animation as well. It fits the part of the year that we're at. And it's just overall a very, very clean look. You even have an address, or the footer, of course, with a slight error there. And of course, these are easy enough to touch up. And what's great as well compared to the Wix editor is that you actually have 3 different options, which is a desktop, a tablet, and a mobile optimization. Once you're ready to pick the template that you like, you can go ahead and start building. So you can see the similarities between Wix and Xero itself. So on the top left, we've got Add Elements, Pages and Navigation, and we have a website style, which is also known as the site style. And it even shows you what colors have been used 117 times, and then all the way to the ones that you use as well. So that's very handy. You could also see the text as well that was used, or the text as well that you can use. So I could change it to Prosto 1 or can it. I could change the buttons as well. I can have, so as you can see, I can have it within like this and that. So smooth round edge, very round edge, and boxy edge. I can add animations as well. So I can add a sliding animation, a scale animation, or I can have a fade. So that'll occur for the entire website, and you can go ahead and preview them as well. So if you are happy enough and you've changed it, this is what the preview mode will look like. And just like so. So they all fade in. So then we can go back to editor, make some changes as well. This is where I can change some images, crop them out. And as you can see as well, I'm able to just drag and drop. So overall, just a very, very similar website builder. And of course, if I have some height, I can just drag it up. Now, the only thing that's missing from this, of course, is what I didn't actually cover within Wix, is that there's no toolbar. There's no other little parts to actually help you develop the website itself. So that's a couple of the issues regarding Xero, is that there's not much features in order for you to help build your website. However, it's a fast website builder. It's easy enough to use, easy enough to navigate around. So not much different from Wix. So if just dependent on what you prefer, of course. The pricing plans with Xero is a little bit cheaper. So of course we can go to the website manager as well. And this is when we can overlook some of the websites that we've got. And we'll jump into the subscriptions and we'll take a look at what these subscriptions are. You can see how very cheap it is. And you even get a 30-day money-back guarantee with every Xero plan. So with a business, you would have a £3.59 monthly fee. So that is a big jump, 76% off at least. And you also get the domain for free for a year. You get your business email for free for 3 months. You get dedicated 24/7 customer support, marketing integrations, and you can sell up to at least 500 products. You could see more features as well if you want to. So these are pretty much the two that you can select. But for $14.99 as a business, you can't really beat it. It's not too bad within the pricing. And it's around $86.16 for dollars. Now, if you were to pay that in pounds, you would roughly be talking around £70, say £70. So that's something to note within an e-commerce site. If you were to do this on a Wix site, you're pretty much paying for a basic website builder or a basic site, just one with no e-commerce. So it's actually a really, really good deal. Something to maybe consider. But of course, do note some of the features that you are missing out on compared to Wix. So yes, that pretty much sums up Xero. We'll go ahead and compare this to the next website builder and also compare it with Wix. Now we have another popular website builder, and this is Squarespace. So it's a very, very well built website builder, pretty much known if you do see the ads, guys. Anyway, of course, it does have its pros and cons. So we'll go ahead and go through them. Starting off with the pros, it's got very modern, stunning website template designs. It's very user-friendly for the editor, has a good number of apps for added functionality to the site, AMP formatting, and availability labels for e-commerce. Now with the cons, it lacks the customization freedom, so designs can vary. It's fairly expensive for what it is compared to the other website builders, and also has very limited customer support. In order to see the pros and cons, we'll go ahead and go to the website builder itself. So once you've logged in or signed up, this is the initial page that you'll be seeing. Now it does have some promotionals, as you can see from above, and it also gives you a very sleek introduction as well. You've got your products, template, resources, and it even gives you some insight as well, just a couple of tips and tricks. So scrolling through this, we'll go ahead and search for the e-commerce one. So if we are creating an online store, as you can see, there's e-commerce or online store. I can go ahead and mark that and let that be the filter, and it'll give me the best template matches. And these are the templates. Now, compared to Wix and Xero, you can see straight away that some of the templates that they choose are a lot more intricate as well, and it just looks a lot better. So intricate designs, and then as I said there, they have pretty much the whole layout as well. So it doesn't just show you a brief look of the actual homepage and the first hero section. It actually gives you the entire website almost. And I could keep scrolling, and they have a lot of choices for online stores. There's one there on the left side for a food one. And they've all got their different names on it. Now, depending on if you don't like to choose or you don't want to use a default one, then by all means you can choose and build your own template. So pretty much just select build your own template, select let's go. It'll set everything up for you. And this is where we can add the title, of course. So PT. So let's just say we are PT Auto Spares. So we're that sort of group, and you even have a progress bar on the bottom there. And this is where we can build our home page. So just say we wanted a plain intro. So I could just select that. Then I can go for our services. Of course, people would want to know the services, especially for the auto parts, or you could decide not to do the auto parts and just do like a products only. Or we could do something like this. And then next, what we could do is select a about. So more about our brand. And what I'll do is I'll actually change it to our services so it looks a lot more clean. Then I can scroll through the site as well as I go on. And then I can obviously add social media if I wanted to. Add forms as well if I want clients to get in touch with me. And what's something that you don't see every day is a footer, which you can add on. So pretty much just like that. So I'm happy with how that looks. Of course, we would like to add a shop and some services. And then we could choose the color that we want as well. So we could leave it neutral. Then this is where I could choose my text. So I could have it as Halyard Micro, and then that'll take a little minute to load. And then when I'm ready, just select done. So we'll give it a little minute to load up. So once you've loaded up into the website builder itself, it'll welcome you to the site. So it'll ask you again if you really want to call the title that you've named it. You get a second chance pretty much to change it. So PT Parts or PT Mechanic. And then select continue. It'll give you a little preview on how to change and edit your pages. So as it says, you can edit, remove text, images, or images and customize the page. Use edit, you can customize every section on a page. Select next, then it'll show you how to create some pages as well. So navigation, how you can drag and drop everything. And lastly, how to style your website. So select a paintbrush, then this is pretty much the entire site builder where you can change the coloring. And of course, when you're ready, you can go ahead and get started. Now, if I go and click edit, works the same way as Zyro and Wix as well. What's great about it is that you can go ahead and move things about. You'll have little blocks in the back to change things. So there's our services as well. So if I do want to change the name of that, I could just go ahead and double click it. We'll do it for this one here. And then if I double click that, I can say introduce your brand. So we could just go PT Mechanic. And then I'm able to select that to become a higher one or a lower, sort of, just an integration between two different font sizes. I can add italics, I can make it bold. I can add color to it if I wanted to. Add more thickness to the underline. So a lot of things that you could do with this editor. I can delete things as well. I can delete sections if I wanted to. So completely remove that. Then if I wanted to undo things, I could just select the undo button on the top left there. And that'll revert me back to the start. And I could also duplicate pages if I want to, or duplicate sections and remove them. And of course, if you wanted to, so that's pretty much all the other parts. You can style the site if you want to as well. So with your buttons, spacing, anything like that. And if you're happy enough, then select save. Then of course, with each of the pages, you can edit them out. You can create some products, as you can see. So depending on what you're creating. Okay. Copy page. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the Squarespace website builder. We'll go ahead and move on to the next one. And then again, we'll go ahead and compare each of the different ones to that website builder. Okay, so our next website builder is Jimdo. Now, of course, as the rest of the others, they've got pros and cons. So first of all, with the pros, we've got a free image library. You can create a custom site within 3 minutes. You've also got personal website assistance, and it's extremely easy to use. Now with the cons, there's no blog functionality, which can be an issue, especially if you want to get ranking within the SEO. No app store to add enhanced functionality to the site. So just like with the other ones that we've seen, like Squarespace, Wix, Zyro, they've got some app stores and you could add some functionality to the site, whereas Jimdo you can't. And there's no backup for the site, and you've also got template restrictions. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and check out the website builder itself. Now, of course, just like the other website builders, once you have signed in, you're greeted to a dashboard, and this would be it here. So if you select my website, then you've got websites and logos. And what's great as well is you can create, as well as websites, you can create some logos. And from this area as well, I can go ahead and delete some websites. It's pretty much an easy navigation to use. And if you want to create a new website, you just click on this little blue button or the plus as well. So it says here, how do you want to create your website? So you can create without code or with code. We'll check out the one for with code for the meantime. And of course, what we are trying to create is a online store. So I'm going to go and select a store. And as you can see, it gives us a list of different options, and it gives me another option as well to change your template later, and that I can customize the template as well. So that's one good thing about this. Now, say we are to pick one, you can tell what the difference as well regarding with the other website builders is that correct me if I'm wrong, but the actual design doesn't really catch my eye, unlike the rest of the other ones like Squarespace, which is the most impressive one by far, and of course even by Wix. They have the odd default templates from what you can see, and what's great as well is you could start off with a blank template, but let's say we chose this template, and you could see some of the options here for our plans and pricing. So we've got there for Platinum, SEO Plus, Business, Pro, and even free. So that's what's great about this. You can do it for free. And you just do need to look at the features to make sure that it's the right one for you. So say we did get started with that, then you would proceed and then you're able to create the website itself. Now, of course, there are other options instead of just coding the actual site. So we can create a no-coded website. So we'll wait for that to load, and it'll ask us what are we creating the website for. So either an individual or a group of people. So if I say it's for myself, and is this a personal project, a project or hobby, business that might turn into a business, or my new business. So I will select my new business, and then I'm just going to name it PT Parts or PT Mechanical. And I'll continue. It lists out a listing that's already on the SEO or Google. But of course, if you don't see your profile, you could just continue without. Then it'll ask us to categorize the business. So say that we are a online store. So we do auto bodywork mechanic, insurance agency, auto market, machine shop, parts market, which we are, we'll just say for the meantime. And you could say that this is to promote a physical business or to sell online. So of course, purpose of this video is to sell online. And we could say that we're self-made, of course, and that you also own a physical store, and that we sell directly to personal contracts. So something like that. And of course, you could be like local, of course, and local pickup. And depending if you have some social media, then you can add it on. So Facebook or Instagram, but for the meantime, we'll skip that step. And we'll just say cars and transport. Then you have 6 different design options: modern, minimal, dark, ocean, Nordic, or elegant. It'll always be the same. And then you could choose a color palette. So we'll choose this. And as you can see, we've pretty much built that website in under about 3 minutes. And this is the website that we'll get. So there's one layout there. And this is the next layout. Okay, so I'll go ahead and select this one. I'm happy enough with how that one looks. And then, of course, depending whether you don't have a domain or you do have a domain, you could choose a paid plan basically and to go premium. So it offers that to you straight away. So, of course, if you do have a domain, just say you have ptmechanical.net, it gives you the option to transfer it straight away. And of course, if you don't have a domain, then you can grab a fresh one straight here. And as we viewed the premium plans, of course, we have for an online store, £19 per month, for basic £15 or £39 per month, depending on the different features. So it looks like the business is the best seller, so that's just a personal preference on what you want to pick. Anyway, we'll go ahead and go to the actual website builder itself. And we'll load up here, and so yes, we could start now. So pretty much we'll be able to drag and drop images. We can then add blocks. I can select an area here and delete them if I want to. The only thing about this is it pretty much acts the same way as the next website builder we'll be looking at, which is GoDaddy. So you can pretty much add sections, blocks, anything like that. And then you're able to integrate them into here. So it's not really an intricate design, unlike the rest of the other ones. So that's just something to note. But it is just a simple website builder, especially if you're not technical, then this might be the option for you. So as well as that, that pretty much sums up the this website builder. And of course, for those as well who aren't too technical, we're going to go and check out another website builder that might be just right for you. So our last website builder here is GoDaddy. Now, for the pros and cons, of course, it has them. We have a 24/7 customer support, great value for introductory plans, uses artificial design intelligence to create a quick site, so about 3 minutes as well. Cons, unfortunately, has a limited app market, very limited customization, pricey with the add-ons. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and check out our last website builder. So this is what the templates are for GoDaddy. And if you can see, they've got some categories there, and we want to focus on the online store. So they've got one page worth of different featured templates, as you can see. So it's pretty much depending on what your website's about, you can go ahead and select them. So since we've been looking at auto or mechanical stuff, as you can see, here's one here, and it's pretty nice, modern enough, modern looking, has everything you need, has a hero section, we've got navigation as well, even a promotional, which is always great to have on an online store or e-commerce website, and a couple of different options there to view some products. And as you can see, this is now extended towards a new page. So there's a list of different options. We can name out all the products as well. We've also got our footer, so nice and basic. Nothing to do with any navigation, links. You can have very simple footers if you wanted to. As you can see, this only contains our social medias. So there's, I believe that's Yelp. We've got YouTube there, and Instagram and Facebook. So nice, simple template, and of course you can start with this design. And from what you can see as well, we've got a mobile optimization as well as the desktop optimization. Now say you didn't want to pick any of the templates, What we can do is we could go ahead, select the one for start for free, and we can build a website from scratch. Now it'll ask us to choose our own category. So we'll just start with a new one here. And say we do have an auto parts store. And click next. Of course, PT parts or auto parts. Then it'll ask you for the step 3 that what the business, how far are we into the business or project. Let's just say that it's been up and running for a while, and you can choose one that has something more of a full service or something that doesn't take a lot of time. So of course, depending on how you want to create your website, you've got those 2 options, and you can start building a full website or a coming soon page. So then of course we'll just wait and see for this website builder. And from the background, it's already generated a site for us. Didn't even take a minute there. And it pretty much lists out, as well as our title, it lists out some content for us. And even shows you a preview of the different tabs, different layouts throughout the entire website. So it's a quick little guide, very easy enough to use. Very similar to Jimdo, as you can see. So I can add some sections, pretty much the same as the other website builders. So of course I can add blogs, I can add commerce, of course, an online store, a PayPal button which you can connect to if you wanted to. And with changing pages, it's easy enough as well. You can add pages. The only thing that is a bit unfortunate about this is that this is like a point and click, so you could just pretty much point it, and you can't drag, but you can't add, as you can see. So I can add, so now it becomes 4. So that's pretty much something not so good about the website builder itself. So if I can move that, of course, and then it auto saves for me. But other than that, we'll go ahead and view the plans. So it offers a plan on the bottom there. So depending whether you're ready to publish it and make it live, there are, of course, different ones here. And since we are an e-commerce website, this is the plan there for an e-commerce one. So it's £13.99p. And those are some of the features. As you can see, you get like a PayPal button, SSL, marketing. So that's pretty much some of the stuff that's added. So for $13.99, not a bad price, of course. Fairly good for what it is. And it looks like that it would be $24.99 standard, but since they have 55% off with an annual plan for the first year, you can go ahead and get yourself a bargain. And of course, you can get billed monthly if you wanted to. So it'll be a little bit more different. If you were to get billed monthly, you'll get charged the full amount, which is $24.99. So that's one thing about the plan. But yeah, pretty much an easy to use website builder, standard, ask a couple of questions, have a site built for you, not much else to it, and then you're able to go to the settings and publish the website. But yes, that pretty much covers that website builder, GoDaddy, and that pretty much covers, as well as GoDaddy, the entire website builders that we looked at. Again, there are other website builders out there, so don't just pick the ones that we've seen in the video. Go ahead and explore the available ones out there. Just make sure, of course, that it is what you need it for, which is an online store. Just make sure that it's capable of running an online store and that the payment plans or the payment options aren't really too hard for users to use. If you guys have any questions at all regarding the video, or if I have missed anything, please do let us know in the comment section below. Other than that, guys, that's all for the video. I'll see you guys for the next one. Thank you very much.